Maligayang pagdating tourists! Welcome to NCR. Hello everyone, my name is Kyle and on behalf of our LAG Travel and Tours, I would like to welcome you all to NCR. We're going to be pulling up in the hotel in just few minutes. Before you arrive, we would like to introduce you our professional bus driver, Kuya Ford. The bus ride to your destination will take about 15 minutes. Before you arrive to our tourist spots, I'd like to take a minute to familiarize you with the area and discuss some brief safety precautions. If I raise this blue card and whistle once, it means you have 30 minutes to roam around. And when I whistle twice and raise this red card, it means that you have 15 minutes to go back to our shuttle bus. And when someone gets wounded, don't hesitate to call for help. So you will be treated with our first aid kit. So tourists, are you ready to our first destination? I can't hear you tourists. Are you ready in our first destination? So let's do the head count first. So 1, 2, 15. So okay, we're all set. So let's go to our first destination. So tourists, we're now here in our first destination, which is Taguig. The city of Taguig is a first-class, highly urbanized city in Metro Manila, Philippines. According to the 2020 census, it has a population of 886,722 people. So tourists, we are now in our first destination. So we are now here in Venice Plaza. So Venice Plaza is an Italian-inspired mall located at Upper McKinley Road, McKinley Hill in Taguig City. It features the Grand Canal, which is the size of 656 feet wide long and a 3-story mall where tourists can fully experience a Venetian way of life. Also, visitors can experience a ride on the gondola. Tourists, you have 30 minutes to roam around. Tourists, let me take you some pictures. Tourists, time is up. Let's go back to the bus. So we are now here at BGC. The BGC area, with its modern skyscrapers, exhibits of contemporary architecture, wide walkways, street art, and several mixed-use developments containing cafes, restaurants, and shops. And it is the most pedestrian-friendly area of Metro Manila. Tourists, you have 30 minutes to roam around. Tourists, let me take you some pictures. Tourists, time is up. Let's go back to the bus. So tourists, we are now here at Makati. Makati is a city in the Philippines Metro Manila region and the country's financial hub. It is known for the skyscrapers and shopping malls of Makati Central Business District and for Ayala Triangle Gardens, an area dotted with trees and sculptures. Ayala Museum houses the Filipinas Heritage Library and craft collections documenting the country's history. We are now here at Makati Museum. This museum displays antique relics, paintings, and murals. The building was built in 1918 and served as the municipal hall of the Municipality of Makati. The museum also provides a venue for film screenings, stage presentations, and lectures. Tourists, you have 30 minutes to roam around. Tourists, let me take you some pictures. Tourists, time is up. Let's go back to the bus. So tourists, we are now here at Ayala Center. The Ayala Center is a recreational, shopping, and dining, and entertainment development located in the heart of Makati. It is bounded by Ayala Avenue to the east of Epifenio de los Santos Avenue, or shall we say, EDSA. To the south, Arnaiz Avenue. To the west, to the north by Legazpi Street and Paseo de Rojas. The Ayala station of MRT Line 3 serves the area. Tourists, you have 30 minutes to roam around. Tourists, let me take you some pictures. Tourists, time is up. Let's go back to the bus. So tourists, let's relax and let's prepare ourselves for tomorrow. Because tomorrow, we will be heading in Manila. So good morning tourists. We are now here in Manila. Manila is the capital of the Philippines. It's the densely populated bayside city on the island of Luzon, which mixes Spanish colonial architecture with the modern skyscrapers. Intramuros, a walled city in colonial times. It is the heart of Old Manila It is the home of the Baroque 16th century of San Agustin Church, as well as a Fort Santiago, a storied cathedral, and former military prison. Tourists, we are now here at Rizal Park. Rizal Park, or in Filipino, Liwazang Rizal, also known as Luneta Park or simply Luneta, is a historic urban park located in Ermita, Manila. It is considered one of the largest urban parks in the Philippines, covering an area of 58 hectares, or in the site where the park is situated, was originally known as Bagong Bayan during the Spanish colonial period. It is adjacent to the historic walled city of Intramuros. Tourists, you have 30 minutes to roam around. Tourists, let me take you some pictures. Tourists, time is up. Let's go back to the bus. We are now here in Intramuros. Old World Intramuros is a home to Spanish-era landmarks like Fort Santiago, with a large stone gate and a large shrine to national hero Jose Rizal. The ornate Manila Cathedral houses bronze carvings and stained glass windows, while the San Agustin Church Museum has religious artwork and statues. Intramuros plays an important part of our country's history, and it is one of the popular destinations for a visitor to our hometown. It is the oldest district called the Walled City. Historically, it is the seat of the Spanish government when they colonized the Philippines. Tourists, you have 30 minutes to roam around. Tourists, let me take you some pictures. Tourists, time is up. Let's go back to the bus. Pack up and let's get back into the vehicle, and let's be prepared because we will be heading to our next destination, Marikina City. Tourists, we are now here at Marikina City. It's a first-class, highly urbanized city in the national capital region of the Philippines. According to the 2020 census, it has a population of 456,159 people. Tourists, we are now here at the Shoe Museum. The Marikina Shoe Museum is dedicated to footwear and Marikina shoemaking industry. It also features footwear from foreign cultures, as well as shoes worn by well-known individuals such as Filipino celebrities and politicians. The museum main feature is the portion of criminal convict and former First Lady Imelda Marcos shoe collection of 749 pairs as of 2020. Tourists, you have 30 minutes to roam around. Tourists, let me take you some pictures. Tourists, time is up. Let's go back to the bus. Tourists, we are now here at Marikina Riverbanks. Riverbank Center is an integrated development complex for shopping, recreational, business, and commercial along Andres Bonifacio Avenue, adjacent to Marikina River in Barangka, Marikina, Metro Manila, Philippines. Tourists, you have 30 minutes to roam around. Tourists, let me take you some pictures. Tourists, time is up. Let's go back to the bus. Tourists, are you all excited? I can't hear you, tourists. Are you all excited? So tourists, we are now heading to Pasig. Tourists, are you all excited? Great. So we are now here at Pasig. Pasig City is a large district with a mix of offices and upscale housing, popular for mall complex around the Ortigas Center area. Hip eateries serving modern Filipino fare cluster in the Capitolio Village, and parks like Greenfield District house weekend markets with local foods and crafts. Tourists, we are now here at Bayan ng Tisak. Along MacArthur Highway is a historic house known to locals as the Bahay ng Tisak. Built in 1800s, the house was initially owned by Captain Valentin and eventually transferred to Don Nazario, then to Don Antonio Constantino. Decorated with intricate colonial design, you can marvel on how exquisite the craftsmanship has been given in building this home. Unfortunately, the original roof of house has been replaced with metal sheets from its original terracotta tiles, hence the name Bahay ng Tisak. Tourists, you have 30 minutes to roam around. Tourists, let me take you some pictures. Tourists, time is up. Let's go back to the bus. So tourists, we are now here in our last destination, the Rainforest Adventure Experience. So Pasig Rainforest Park, also known as the Pasig City Rainforest Adventure Experience and Pasig Central Park, is a public park in Pasig, Eastern Manila, Philippines. It spans about 8 hectares and it's mixed recreational and natural park with a mini zoo. Pasig Rainforest Park is located in the village of Maybunga. It stretches along Francisco Legazpi Street and bordered by Summerfield residences to the west, the village of San Miguel to the south, the West Bank Road to the east, close to Magahan Floodway, and Pasig border with the municipality of Taytay Rizal. Tourists, you have 30 minutes to roam around. Tourists, let me take you some pictures. Tourists, time is up. Let's go back to the bus. Tourists, did you enjoy our 3-day trip? Great! Did you learn a lot on our 3-day trip? So thank you for choosing LAG Travel and Tours as your tour guide. Once again, if you'd like to come again, don't be hesitant to contact us on our phone number or book at our website. So tourists, maraming salamat.